Alien pancakes. Is that it? Is this satire? This is very clearly satire. Thanks to the Prime Daddy Dragonite and the gift sub inventions and the resub My Winds Guide You. I know, Peter, I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Thanks to the resub, have a nice day. And Tier 1 Shithole Tickler. Cool name.
With an extraterrestrial being. As a child, this one always made me quite hungry.
Thanks to Tier 1
This
VZ.
is the testimony of Joe Simonton.
And the Tier 1 Inventions.
It was an ordinary day for 60-year-old plumber Joe Simonton. He was making his lunch on his chicken farm when his life changed forever.
The production here is wild.
Tires on wet pavement screeched above his property. When he looked out the window, he saw a craft descend to the ground. He rushed outside when he saw this.
And Raula.
There was a hatchway opening up in the top of it, just like the trunk of your car. And in there stood a little man. I say a little man, about 5 foot tall.
That's not little, damn it.
A jug or a container, and he motioned he wanted to drink.
The little man was wearing a two-piece suit and looked, according to Joe, Italian.
What?
On a separate occasion, he described them as wearing one-piece tunics with no buttons or zippers, but still insisted they looked Italian.
And no Dutch, not doing anything for today.
There were 2 others who also remained inside the ship. Joe, in disbelief, took the jug from the little man and filled it up with water. Still in shock, he took the filled jug back to the spaceship and handed it back to the man. The little man gave him a salute with the back of his hand.
Stop calling him a little man.
And Joe saluted back. Then silence.
No one
Tier
said 1 Baza, Tier 1 Fark, and
but
the 5 gift sub Simple. Thank you, Simple Clips.
Joe. He seemed to be cooking on what appeared to be a square, flameless stove, but appeared to be very hot with smoke coming from it. Joe described what they were making as pancakes. Unsure of what to do, Joe signaled that he wanted
those fucking bastards
by symbolizing eating.
Coming to Earth to make pancakes?
But grabbed 4 of them and handed them to Joe. They were incredibly hot and greasy.
If that was their food, God help them, because I took a bite of one of them and it tasted like a piece of cardboard. And if that's what they lived on, no wonder they're small.
Jesus Christ,
Then,
Joe.
Joe exited the craft, and the hatch closed tight, and it rose and shot off into the sky.
Red God? Appreciate it.
Within 2 to 3 seconds, it was gone. Never to be seen again.
Yeah, I did, Colby.
Well, there I stood in the driveway with a handful of greasy pancakes, my mouth open, wondering what the heck I'd saw, what had happened.
He kept the story to himself, but eventually felt as if it was important enough.
I bet if he went on Joe Rogan, Joe would absolutely believe this.
Investigation team, Project
Pancake eating aliens? Anything's possible.
And had determined that he was a credible witness, but found no evidence to corroborate his story. The 4 pancakes ended up in different locations. The first one was taken by Project Blue Book, the second was kept by Joe, and the remaining 2 were given to various UFO investigation committees.
Can I see the pancakes? Thanks to resub Baptized and gift sub Fark, and the Tier 1 Chad
so let's
Lasers.
Look at the testimonies and evidence
Bryce
from
and Jumbo.
Case. Dr. Hynek from Project Blue Book sat down and discussed this situation with Joe. He believed that his story was sincere and ruled that it would be left unexplained. But there are a few oddities which should be investigated. First off is the pancake.
Oh, look at that.
If it was from some extraterrestrial kitchen,
it's like a
then
beehive.
What would it be made of? It was determined either by the Food and Drug Department or a group from Northwestern University, it's not really sure, that they were just regular buckwheat flapjacks made of flour, wheat, sugar,
so they have good taste then, eh?
Which I guess other planets could have those ingredients. But what are the chances? There are rumors that the wheat was unidentified. curious. Then, of course, there are the aliens, appearing to
Exit
Joe as
resub
short
tingle and the
Italians,
prime dummy.
which just adds
The
extra
resub
confusion
floral.
to the whole experience. Who were they? The testimony
Maybe they
leads
just
to a
were
few
Italians from
theories.
another
Theory
dimension.
1, Joe carried out a hoax. He made the pancakes and told a wild story just for the attention. This is a difficult one for me to believe due to Dr. Hynek saying his testimony seemed truthful.
Why?
But he could have just been a very good liar.
He doesn't even
Which
have to be a
leads
good
into
liar.
Theory 2. He genuinely believed that it happened.
Exit
It has
prime
been
Uzi and
discussed that
resub
the Air
Kate.
Force decided to let the matter slide and not reveal publicly
Oh,
due to
we've
the
watched some of those
possibility of
before,
causing
Indian.
him embarrassment, which might prove injurious to his health, which has been interpreted as Joe having some form of mental illness, which made him believe in the encounter. But does that explain the pancakes? Did he just bake them and forgot? Or
Exit tier
was it
1
theory
OG and the
3,
3 gift subs
a dastardly
Kalargic.
prank by a bunch of short Italians, which I find a bit more ridiculous than the alien story. Who knows? Maybe a bunch of kids decided to play a prank on an old man. But how do they pull off the saucer effect? And why this sort of prank when Joe had no interest in UFOs before this encounter? Ultimately, when he was visited in
What a
1970
dumb
by
fucking
UFO
story.
enthusiast Lee Alexander, Joe admitted that he had seen aliens since, but due to the way his first report was received, which led to 3 weeks
Oh,
of
he didn't
not
share
being
the
able to
pancakes?
work, he decided not to tell anyone.
That's fucked up. He kept the pancakes to himself?
Did Joe Simonton really have brunch with extraterrestrials? Or is it a much sadder tale?
Exit
Of a
resub
kind old
Comrade,
man
the prime
struggling
purple,
with
and
his
tier
grip on
1
reality.
Joe Nuts.
We may never know the truth, therefore it remains a mystery of the unexplained.
I mean, it's definitely not unexplained. There is a 0% chance Joe Simonton was visited by small Italian aliens to make him pancakes.